Welcome
back
to a long-awaited
TAE Time
podcast. We mentioned it on our story before we left, but obviously I know maybe some people missed it because we didn't put an actual full-on post out. But yeah, we were gone. We were gone for
a while.
July, August, and September. So 3 months. Yeah, and so I'm not gonna make any promises of consistency, to be honest. So like last time I did that, it didn't work out for the last 2-3 times.
Yeah, literally like we're back this time.
It's not my fault. I'm joking. It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's our fault.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. But obviously, some of you might have noticed that Nicoletta's been focusing her TikTok, YouTube Shorts career. So that's part to blame. And then we're just doing a lot of stuff in life, and that's obviously the main topic of today's episode. Which is we spent 2 months.
Yeah,
and
8 weeks.
Yeah, actually it was 9 weeks. Like,
was it 9?
Yeah, it was 9 weeks. Living in Japan.
Who would have expected that?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's mad. Yeah, we were out there. For 9 weeks, living our slice of life anime in Japan. Nippon. It was fun. And we'll talk a little bit about it. But is there anything you want to say before we kick off?
Honestly, y'all haven't really missed that much. Okay, we did a lot. But that's what we're here to do, I just feel like if we were consistent, then you wouldn't have gotten like little nuggets that we throw into our episodes going forward, So it's like, oh, we did this, but we never talked about it, that kind of thing. But no, I'm excited to be back, and I hope that we're going to be consistent this time. I'm definitely going to take on the editing and stuff. So you're going to see a lot more content on socials because now I have so much time.
So much time.
I have so much time.
So, exactly. So I guess let's start with why. Why Japan and why that long?
Do you know what? It wasn't supposed to be Japan. The plan was never to go back there. And the thing is, we've had people ask us like, oh, are you going to go to Japan? Especially because we got married.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
didn't even say that. Well, we
already had an episode about it.
Still. But we got married, and afterwards they were like, are you going to go to Japan? And we're like, no, why would we go back? But then Farouk had a look at like some of the areas that would be easier for him to work in and stuff like that, and it just turned out that the stars aligned.
We just decided, we're just thinking about other places, and then we're thinking about and then even Japan we're like but then we're like I guess we could do it for a little bit. It'd be so different. Everything would be so different, and it would be interesting to see how different everything is.
Like it definitely wasn't a, oh my god, yes, let's go to Japan. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like I guess we'll do it.
Yeah, let's check the flight prices.
One of those things. So yeah, absolutely. And it just kind of worked out, and we're like, frick it, let us do this thing. And so we went on a long flight there, a long flight back, and we came back, and it was interesting. I guess let's start off with I think it's probably the most interesting for most people is like, what is life? How do you feel life compares on your day to day? Because it's different than going on holiday, guys. Because you're not on holiday.
Oh, it's definitely
you're living your normal life, but you just happen to be there, right?
Yeah. So,
what do you feel the difference was day to day in comparison to like being in like a different setting?
Joe, I have a list of things that I liked and things I didn't like. And I think aspects of living in Japan definitely have both. They have, both positives and negatives.
Everywhere in the world.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think the reason this worked out very positively is because we worked evenings, and that allowed our mornings to be free. And I feel like we really took advantage of it. We were out and about every single day, exploring wherever we were, seeing something new every single time, doing things that the past 2 times we went didn't have the chance to do. And I think that was the best part of it, just being able to do and explore so many different things during the day and still have to work. But did you feel exhausted?
I didn't actually feel exhausted, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the fact that in the mornings I woke up early, did a little bit of work, or like, and then went around the day, like exploring different places. So like, I guess maybe to give some context, we spent about a few weeks in Osaka, and then we spent the rest of the time in Tokyo. And so we just got to like, it was really cool to like wake up, not have to wake up and like work. It was like wake up, do whatever, and then go explore. As Nicola said, it's like really good that we got to go to places that we would normally would, because like obviously like when you're going on a holiday for like even a week, 2 weeks, whatever amount of time, you always want to hit the big ticket items, right?
See the spots.
Like you want to see the spots, the big ticket items, especially in Japan. But in this situation, we were able to just like explore.
Avoid them.
Yeah, exactly, because we've already seen them, most of them anyway. And then we were just able to just be like, yeah, let's go to this more niche place or like this or whatever. And it's just like such a different vibe, and it's really cool, and you just like get it, also like see the city as well, like on a day-to-day basis of how people are like living their lives, right? Because obviously like we're going around while people are like working and also doing their jobs and whatever, and so you get to see that like kind of aspect of like people going to work, people working, whatever, and then we come back in the evenings, we go whatever, and then like late night convenience runs at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when I finish work. Like, so it's like stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's like really cool, and
the fact that you're not the only one. Like, that's kind of sad too when you actually really think about it. And we'll definitely touch on that. But like the fact that there's an option for like middle of the night, like go to the store one night. Frug really wanted noodles. He really wanted noodles. And in a lot of the convenience stores, they give you boiling hot water. You can get the ramen noodles, eat there and leave. But he comes home with the noodle, like with the pot, with the boiling water in it. And he's like, oh, the area where you can eat was like closed off. It was locked off. So I had to come home with it. That was just funny. But like, the fact that you can do that, you can get like a meal, and not just there. They had the
obviously so many
places open 24/7.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Just izakayas, like there's so many different ones.
Yoshinoya.
Yeah, like Yoshinoya, all those different ones, right? Yeah. So like they're all really good, and they're open 24/7. You just go in, you get like a little bowl of like beef, and rice, donbori.
Yes.
Very nice.
I think the convenience of it all was definitely one of my favorite things there. And I know everybody says that, but like, it's very convenient.
And it makes sense because of their work culture. Like, so like everyone's always busy. So like the convenience is definitely a big aspect that I do wish like we could bring to the West. Like I feel like a lot of places here aren't as convenient. Like we don't have as many 24/7 shops. We wouldn't like, I understand not having 24/7, and I always talk about this. I understand not having 24/7 shops in not major cities, but every major city should have 24/7 shops. Like, come on, guys. Like, there's like millions of people in the city. There's always someone willing to work.
Yeah, I
different times.
Like it's true, because like when you initially said that, I was like, who wants to work those hours? But there's always going to be someone willing to work those hours.
Absolutely.
So, to touch on another like positive thing that I liked was, I think everybody really associates Japan with like big culture of respect, and that definitely showed in so many ways. Like, I think one of the biggest things for me was like how orderly they are in doing things. Like they're very orderly. Like the metros, like the different queues for the different metros that you're waiting in, like everybody waits in the line, waits for everyone to get off and then gets back on, that kind of like thing. I really liked that. They're very orderly and kind of
a lot more in Osaka than it is in Tokyo, though.
Well,
like,
yeah. But what's another thing that you would say you like there?
I think it was just, I think it's not exclusive to Japan, but it was just like nice to have a different pace of life. I really do think it's like a mental reset for your brain, because like you're not doing the like same monotonous like same thing. Like, yes, you are working, but you're also like, it's not the same. Like, I'm not working during the day, I'm working in the evenings instead, and then during the day I'm doing like exploring different things. Like, whereas normally like back home, I'm working during the day, and then I go to the gym, and then there's no time in the evening for anything. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling, right? So like this is way better, because it's like I get to just go and do things outside of the house for like a lot of the day, and then I go in and work, and then.
But the cost of that is your sleep.
Well, it's so like it actually kind of works out, because I did get a good amount of sleep. But then, like, obviously, sometimes when I'm really busy, I don't get as much sleep, and then it's like, oh shit. But yeah, it's one of those things, because I'm also one of those people that finds it very hard to sleep after a certain time. Like, if once I like wake up at around like 8, 9, I can't really like sleep much in, you know. So like, it's one of those things. But I don't know. I think being able to do that for like 2 months straight is just really good. It's like a reset for my brain, and then now when I'm working again, it doesn't feel as monotonous,
right?
You know, kind of thing. So I think that was a big aspect.
So
for
do
me.
you think that like you feel like you would need that kind of reset every once in a while now that you've had it?
God,
you had a taste for it.
Like I don't think I have to have it, but like if I have it, it's there, kind of thing. So
it feels good.
Yeah, I feel exactly. Yeah, but come on, go through your list of your likes and dislikes, and we can just use them as discussion points.
I know, right?
Don't get it twisted. She disliked a lot of stuff.
Yes. I wanted to say my did not like list is a little bit longer. But to add on some of the other things that I like, because this was a big one for me, was the quality of the products that you get is actually good. Like, you get what you pay for. If I buy a simple pair of tweezers, you can get really bad ones here. Okay, I picked up one in Donkey just randomly, and it was a good tweezers, right? The body soap actually cleans your body. Like, it actually leaves you squeaky clean. Hair shampoo that you can buy in a 7-Eleven is going to be just as effective as a really expensive one. And that's the thing that I really like, that the quality of products like did not go down depending where you're buying it. And I really like that.
Yeah, that's one thing Japan's really good for, is like, because they have the whole culture of like, if you pay for something, there's a certain, you have to get exactly what you expect, right? So the idea is like, if I'm paying for this thing, no matter what the price, it has to at least do that thing, right? So it's like making sure that, oh, that's the case, everything is working. So I think it's one of those aspects where it's great to see that no matter what price range you're at, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly. And it just doesn't leave space for like, oh, if you can't afford this, then you can't be clean or something. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can.
Yeah,
yes,
no.
you can. I think touching on the cleaning as well, I liked how clean their public bathrooms were and how frequent they were. So I know there's an app for like to see all the toilets around the place. I downloaded it because I'm always looking for one, but I didn't use it once. I didn't feel like I needed it because there's literally bathrooms everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere you look, there's going to be a bathroom, and they're very clean.
And like
they all are taken care of, even the ones in the station. And, you know, those are, I think, some of the worst ones.
Those are the worst here.
They're meant to be some of the worser ones there, but I didn't feel that. I felt like I could comfortably, like, use the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a big win. Anything else that you like?
No, I think that's a good point. No, go through. I want to just
you want to hear more?
Yeah.
Another thing that I really liked was access to alternative clothes and fashion. You know, like, you do not see that in that amount of like quantity here.
Yeah, like, I think this is definitely one I can speak on, is like, so a big fun fact is a majority of businesses in Japan are all majority small, medium businesses, like that, which means it's like owned by someone, right? It's not like a massive corporation, right? So especially when it comes to stores and stuff like that, like we're talking about like clothing stores and all these other stores. So you see a lot of, like, when it comes to clothing stores, you see a lot of different clothing stores all over, right? And it's like some person who's like, I like fashion, and I'll order, I want to make money, and it's like I'll order clothes from wherever, or I'll order designs of clothes I specifically want and sell them, right? So because of that, you get so much like variety, because like obviously like here we kind of have that. Some places, like some people will have their own brands and stuff, but usually most of them are selling online, you know, rather than having a like brick and mortar store. And then especially because it's expensive as hell, right, to have the space and all these other like red tape, whatever BS, right? So back home, like, you're seeing like the same Bershkas, the Zaras, like the standard like conglomerates, right? And then those are what you pick from. Whereas there, it's like so cool. Like, you can go down a street and like you just see so many different alternative types of clothes, like, you know, whatever, different styles, because it's based off the person who's making who's running the store, like what they're into, right?
Yeah.
And so you get like so many options for so many things, and I think it's just super sick. Like,
I agree. I really, really, really like that. And do you know what? I'm a pretty basic person. Like I will wear like a basic ass fit all the time, but I love that there's so much option for everybody. And I also like that people there are not really all dressed the same, you know, like there's different subcultures and it's very visible, like who you belong to, and like people can just be fashionable and people aren't really blinking an eye.
Yeah,
you know, you're just allowed to be yourself. And I like that there wasn't as much basicness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear. No, especially in like places like Tokyo and certain areas, or like even Osaka, like in American and stuff like that. Like very like people are like dressed differently. Everyone's like really out there, and it's really cool. It's nice.
Which is crazy because Japanese people, I would say, are very like, you know, conservative and like to.
But you have both, right?
Yeah, you definitely have
like,
both.
Yeah.
But I think when people usually think, well, obviously they think of fashion, but they also think of this like, you know, 9 to 5. Well.
Majority of them are dressed like that. Don't get it twisted.
You know.
Like the salarymen are salarymening, like over
salarymening, and it's just like very office attire. Like
White
you're walking
shirt,
through a metro
black
station, that's who you're gonna see.
Yeah.
You know, that's the majority of people there. But that's kind of all the good things I had.
Oof. Oh, let's get through the bad. This is the sauce. This is what you guys came for. This is what you guys really want. These are the type of opinions you want. Like everyone always talks about the good of Japan. We got to tell the real side.
Yeah, exposing the real Japan.
They're exposing the real Japan. That is what I'm using for the thumbnail.
Definitely. Number 1, no Bomba Club bins. No bins. Like it was the most frustrating thing to have to like bring your trash to either a convenience store that had a bin or literally home. You know, you had to have a bag with you so you can collect your trash and bring it home. That was really frustrating to me. Why is there no bins in everywhere?
I think, interestingly enough, and this shows how the time of and our age as well, right, is I think Japanese people are getting sick of that too. Because when we first went to Japan, this is way back when, 2014. Yeah, 2014.
No,
2014. It was 2014, yeah.
We met in 2013.
No, oh my God, what am I talking about? 2018.
Yeah.
Holy, why was I thinking of secondary school? 2018, so nearly a decade ago, right? Japan was a lot cleaner. I'm telling you right now, it was a lot cleaner in the sense of like people were just used to, like, once again, in convenience stores, they do tend to have bins, right? And back then, pretty much you couldn't go to a single convenience store that didn't have a bin, right? But even at that, it would never be overfull, right? Now, like convenience stores, like especially on busy areas, won't have a bin. All right, because they don't, or they'll have it been like all the way in the back or whatever, right? Because they don't want it, because it's getting overfilled, right?
Because people are coming in to use them rather than just the customers.
Exactly.
Because there's no bins anywhere else.
And then, what's it called? You can see that Japanese people, I think, are sick of it because you'll see like now, like before, you could never see like one of those convenience, the vending machine bins outside with any trash around it. Now you see so many. And once again, this could be maybe something of like, because we were living there, right? And you notice all these things because you're there for so long,
and
right?
You're constantly out and about.
Exactly. I was like, man, like, yes, most of it, don't get me wrong, Japan is still very, very clean, especially in comparison to the West, right?
Yeah.
But you can see that people are just throwing trash as well, the same way they do whatever going around there. And it's obviously just annoying. It's really annoying, and everyone's annoyed, and it's like, it just doesn't change.
And I know it's becoming a problem because I'm seeing literal like clothing stores be like, do not leave your trash around. I'm like, who's leaving their trash in Bershka? Like, what are you doing? You know, I know and the thing is, it's even more uncomfortable if you want to buy like a boba and you want to go around. And then you're stuck with the
God
damn
forbid,
thing.
the boba is a tough one because you can't put it because it's you have to remove the lid because of the plastic. But in most of the plastic bins, you can actually put it in. You have to go find an actual proper bin, which is interesting because like when we were in Harajuku the first time, way many years ago, they didn't have those big like like bins that we have back here home. But now in Harajuku, they have the big bins like on every single block, which makes sense because it's like that place is goddamn busy now. So
and there's a lot of food stalls. And like, can we just talk about like, I understand not eating and walking to some extent, but it actually kind of really started to irk me while I was there because I just didn't care anymore. I was like, okay, you try to be respectful if you're there for a week, whatever. We were there for 2 months. I just didn't care anymore. And it was really frustrating to not be able to eat and walk. Like if I'm buying something, I want to eat it and I don't want to stand right outside your store and have to finish it there.
It does get tiring.
Like it's really annoying. And especially if it's not something that's bigger or like whatever, and I have to finish the whole thing.
They're like, well, it's their freaking culture. Like you have to respect it, and we did respect it. But obviously, you can still have frustration of it, especially when you're used to doing something completely different, right? And like as I said, it's one of those things. Like Japan is very like you have to adapt or die, right? Like adapt or leave. So it's kind of like you have to fit in the culture because even though no one else wants to do it, they do it because everybody has to do it. The whole
that's the thing. And to touch on one of the more positive things, which was the orderly point, there is like a certain negativity to it as well, okay? Say, for example, the traffic light is red, but there's no cars. It's the middle of the night. People will just stand there and wait. And just go.
To be fair, I feel like there's some people who do it, but a lot of people just don't do it. A lot of people don't do it.
Like you said, when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Because they were doing it around us. Like we were the bad influence.
Like if there's a bunch of other Japanese people around at the light,
they're not doing it.
They won't do it because of how everyone else is going to perceive them, right? But when there's not too many people, they're just going to walk because they're like, oh, screw that.
Yeah,
right?
Which kind of tells you like,
it's all like, social perception.
It is all social perception, and low key they're just kind of frustrated with it, like waiting to act out. Because in the evenings I feel like the scene was very different. I feel like when people had a couple of drinks in them, they kind of came out, like they were laughing on the streets,
loud on the streets,
loud, falling about like their friends, you know what I mean? It was very different, and I liked seeing that. I liked seeing that they can just come out of their shells a little bit, because that was another thing that's like, I understand the respect, but I genuinely felt like people are so like head down and like say nothing. People
are very that's another thing, kind of leads to like Japanese people are very passive aggressive. Mm-hmm. Like they will smile in your face, be happy, like it's okay, and then be like, you stupid. It's like in their head, and we've learned that from Japanese people themselves, like, and it's very interesting to hear that, and you realize it, you notice it a lot more when you're there for such a long period of time. You're like, oh, this is passive aggressive. This person is being passive aggressive.
And we got it a lot.
Like,
by the way.
And you just like, oh, damn, that's interesting. So it's actually really cool to like see that other aspect of things, right?
Rude.
Because like here in London, like in Dublin and in New York and all these places, like people are rude.
That's what I was saying to you. I was saying to you. I was like, I would rather someone be rude to my face. Just be rude to my face. Be like, I don't like your face, move. Then like this whole like, I'm such a good person, but you ain't. You're actually really mean. You're wicked, and it's even worse. And touching on that, it's still a very racist country. Years and years later, it's still very racist.
Was it like on TikTok now? You're seeing like the downfall of like Japanese propaganda is what they're saying. Yeah. It's like actually, you guys, realize Japan's actually a really like bad place. Yeah. Like they've done a lot of really bad things.
They've done good marketing on it's like being cutesy and demure.
But don't, again, this is no disrespect to the country. Like this is just talking about like all aspects of everything, right? It's like I still think Japan's a really nice place, but obviously you can't deny that it does have its own dark past and it has its own dark current, right? And it's just like the fact the talking point is more about we can't just look at Japan and see it's only glitz and glam, right? You have to take the good and the bad, and it's like the fact that people really don't acknowledge the bad, like everything, like freaking prostitution is a massive thing, like in Japan, like people don't talk about that, like, but bro, everywhere everywhere. Like, especially, as I said, because I finish work in the evenings, I'll go get food or whatever, and we'll go out for like late night strolls. That, like, in the evenings, you see all the girls, you know, who are holding the signs and doing whatever. Like, it is, and like, you would think, okay, no, that's just like, people will tell you, it's like, oh, that's just in Ikebukuro, that's in whatever. Bro, we were in a residential area. You walk down our street and there is people.
And mind you, this was every city we were in.
Yeah, everywhere.
Every single city we were in.
Literally, like, this is a normal thing.
Yeah,
like, this
and they're accompanied by men in vans, chilling on their phones, seeing what's the story. And you start noticing these things, you know? It's very like, oh, there's a pattern. There's the guys in the cars all by themselves. There's the girls right around the corner. There's a bunch of guys talking there, you know? So it's like, oh.
Some older woman with a catalog.
Yes, it's like, you want? Look what we have. After the club, you know, they go up to guys specifically. It's like, oh, look what we have. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, no, like, and those are things like people don't obviously like talk about, like, in general, you know.
And some of the, because I know I've made a very bold statement. I said it's racist. I just want to say these were some of the encounters, right? People still, not a lot of times, but like, say 50% of the time-ish, they weren't really willing to sit next to you. I've seen a little, like, you know, a little basketball one too. Like, they see who it's next to, and then they like go to the other side of the subway. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, but when it's busy, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, I know. And I know they hate it, like, and they're uncomfortable, you know?
Some people are uncomfortable, yeah. And it's like, whatever. You can say whatever, you know? It's like, oh, they're not. I don't give a shit if you see black people on TV. Like, please. And, like...
they love to emulate the culture.
Oh, yeah. They still... Obviously, like, Japanese people have such a massive, like, love for, like, black hip-hop American culture, like,
to the point that
and also Afrobeats now as well, and like, deep love, right? And it's just always so interesting to me because it's like they are still like, especially when they're like, obviously when they're within themselves, they like act that way, right? They act like, you know, like the hip-hop-y black American culture. But it's interesting to like go to a store, right, and then see like some guy with braids, you know, the tattoos, everything,
the perms,
right? And everything, perms, whatever. But then he still has to act like, you know, like respectful Japanese to you. And I'm like, that's
bro.
Yeah, like whatever. But it's interesting. It's just such an interesting dynamic, right? But obviously, like freedom of expression and everything like that, right? And it's like,
Did you find it weird?
Find it weird, like, yeah, like a little bit, because it's just. So think about it here in the West. When someone is like a girl or guy, like tries to act overly black, everyone's like, that's just cringe, right? There are people who just try to act overly black and we're like, that's cringe. And then there are people who you can tell are just like, they grew up around black people and they kind of act that way and that's, you're like, that makes sense, right? But we know in Japan, none of you grew up around black people. Very few of you actually grew up around, like, as they would say, half-breeds, like mixed people, right? Or actual fully black people. And you see that more like in Tokyo, right? So you guys are fully like acting this way due to just like your love for, like, once again, like your love for the culture or whatever, and like your appreciation.
And your notions.
Yeah, and it's like interesting because it's like, it's giving, like, we make fun of people here who act like, for example, in Ireland, if a person like act like they're from America, everyone's like, what the fuck you on?
Yeah.
What you on? Like,
yeah. Why do you talk like that?
Yeah, like, what are you on? You know? So like, is it because these people have no interaction with
There's no one to check them.
Yeah.
There's no one to check them.
Which is interesting. Like, because like, once again, you can have appreciation for a culture, absolutely, and whatever. But it's just funny and cringe all at the same time.
I would love to see, it's like, surviving the West for 24 hours, you know? And not just them, but all subcultures, because they don't call each other out. They will face.
They've dived very deep into their subcultures.
Yes,
like, you know, they dive head first.
And there's so many of them. I would like them to survive in the West for 24 hours, because people will talk to your face. They'll bully you to your face. Like, that's the thing.
They'll bully you.
And I think maybe that's why we have so much basiness here. But I kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, check someone. Sometimes you need to check someone.
I do like their freedom of expression. I do like the
Yeah.
fact that they can dive deep into something they really like. It's just interesting, like, to see the difference between, like, if you were to do that here, everyone would call you cringe, whereas over there, it makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing I didn't like, so much plastic waste.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that actually got me raging a lot of the time.
Well, we were like that for the longest time, and now we're all like freaking
I don't remember being
cardboard
like that.
straws.
Maybe.
We were. Oh my God.
But I don't know. Like, I don't remember, say, getting a packet of biscuits that is individually in a different packet and then another packet around every single biscuit. Like, why is it taking me three steps to open up a biscuit? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there is so much plastic in every single product, and it's really frustrating. It was really frustrating. Like, why is there so much wrappers for this one thing that could just be like
one wrapper? Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone that's very like, environmentally friendly. Like, I'm
but
not
you
that
notice
good.
it when we've been shifted so much.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
our side.
Exactly.
And obviously we know the shift isn't actually because of the environment, it's just because they want to save money.
Yeah.
But like over there, once again, it's because Japan is such a self-contained society where it's like they have their own companies, their own jobs, and there's a certain way if it's not broke, you don't fix it, right? So like they continue that way.
I know they put a lot of effort into their recycling. Like, they have 7 different bins and like wash their cartons of milk and cut it in half to be able to recycle it properly, as we should be doing, by the way. Like, we do not recycle properly in the West. Like, I don't want to hear it. You cannot throw anything in the recycling bin if it's wet or dirty, and most people do. So whatever, at least they take the steps to do it properly. But it's so annoying when there's so much. You wouldn't have to put all this in a different bin if there wasn't 50 wrappers.
Yeah.
And that was just really annoying.
You get plastic for everything. Like, you get everything. It's
and
convenient. It's very freaking convenient. I'll tell you that for free. And let me not lie, I hate cardboard straws so freaking much.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. But like, I know why we have them. I'd rather us, like, once again, why do we not use more of those cups? Like nowadays, we have them here, we have them there. It's like, the ones that you pop open and then you just drink directly.
Yeah.
Instead of just stop giving me a freaking straw and just give me the same thing I just drink out of. Like, and it makes a massive difference. The cup can be cardboard, the top can be the little plastic. You separated them, done. Freaking hell! Oh my God, it's so annoying.
I agree, and I think this was very visible when shopping for clothes as well. Like, they put the clothes in like a little thing, or either a plastic thing, and then within a plastic bag that's like a bougie bag. Here, you get a paper bag if you pay for it, and you throw your stuff in it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't need all these 50 million different shopping bags at home. So why are you even spending the money to give it to me?
A lot of plastic bags, still, and everything.
So much plastic, guys. It's so frustrating. Is there anything you didn't like? Come on.
I don't really know. Like, see, for me, I feel like Nicoletta is very good because she like takes notes of all those things. I just know in general, I like this, I didn't like this.
And then I'll come to you on a Wednesday afternoon and be like, hey, do you know what I really didn't like?
Yeah, it's just, I was just like, I like this, I didn't like this, and I just move on with my life kind of thing. I don't really deep it, like, kind of thing.
No, I have to write it down for content.
Yeah,
it's not for myself.
I know. But you also, I feel like you really deep it. Like, even when we were there, Nicoletta was like very like, like for me, I'm like, I don't like that thing, now move on.
No,
Nicoletta's like, I don't like that thing, and now you're gonna sit here and listen to me tell you why I don't like this thing.
Whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
I just have to, you know what I mean? I have to let it out. Okay, another thing, and not necessarily I didn't like this, but I think it's just like interesting. The small homes. I know we know that this is a thing, right? Because when we stayed over, we've had like smaller hotel rooms. Obviously, you paid more for some nicer rooms sometimes. Yeah. But being there for a longer period of time and getting an Airbnb really opens you up to what people actually live like, and the places are really small.
Before you get into this point, I will add though, I think, fun fact, my personal opinion, I think it's a good thing because I think it reduces the waste that we have in the West. In the West, we have big spaces, so we have more than we need. Over there, the closets are small, the spaces are small, everything is small. So you have only what you need and
You
nothing
can have
more.
5 t-shirts,
You know?
5 pants. That's it. Two
No,
two
you
shoes.
can have more, guys. Come on. But the thing is, like, you only have what you need there. You don't have anything more, right? You don't have like a bunch of space so you can fill with a bunch of random crap. And I really like that, because I think we absolutely waste space
Overdo
here.
it, yeah.
We absolutely waste space here.
I have to agree. I do agree in that aspect, in sense of having things. However, I didn't like that, for example, there's no living rooms, like, or an area where you can host people in your house. I feel like if you want to have people over or you want to meet up with people, it has to be in an outside setting.
But question, don't you think that's a good thing?
No.
Is your house not meant to just be a place in which you like sleep and relax, right? And then you meet up, you go, it forces you to go outside to do things.
It forces me to spend money. If I don't leave my house, because there aren't a lot of like activities that you can do for free when you're meeting with other people, you know. But like, if I want to have a friend over for coffee in my house and we chill, and like if a friend is coming over for a weekend, instead of them having to get a hotel or whatever, I can just have them in my house. If my mom's coming over, she can just stay in my house, you know what I mean? And I feel like having that, the loss of that extra space is really frustrating. I guess, like, for me, I don't think I could live like that personally.
I like it. I really did like it. I like that. And I told you I like that aspect. I like the fact that it's like this is like the most like guy minimal thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, idea is like, you have your room, your bedroom, which is also your room.
Your bedroom is your
then,
eating area, your playing area, your fun area, your
exactly.
working area. I don't like that.
It's all one space. And then you have the hall, if you have a hallway, and you have your bathroom, your kitchen, everything. That is all. And then if you want to go hang around with your friends, you go outside, hang around with your friends. And then you go back home, you can play games in your bedroom, whatever, watch anime, chill. It is just like you only have what you need. Is it frustrating coming from the West to that thing? It can be.
It is.
But I think growing up like that makes more sense. And especially because stuff like that, apartments like that would solve housing crises here, because we just build too much goddamn space.
Let's be real. It wouldn't. The
Government
would
will
never
still
take
raise the
care of the
prices,
homeless.
but like, you get what I mean? The idea is still the same. Like, and remember, they have to kind of be like that as well, because it's the most densely populated metropolitan area in the world, right? So like,
I don't
they gotta be
like
efficient.
it. I feel like everything is kind of crammed and small and tiny. Guys, we had no chairs in our kitchen area. There was no chairs. Like, you couldn't
just
sit.
cook and you eat
You
in
cook
your
and
room.
then you go eat in your room. But what if I don't like eating in my room? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like we paid a premium price just to have a bedroom separate. Like, usually you're kind of getting a studio type of thing, but we had like a bedroom that had a closed door, and then like a bathroom, a toilet that was separate, and the little kitchen area. Now, I didn't cook for the 2 months at all, so we kept buying food, but I think cooking would have been really annoying if all the
because
smells,
they only have the two hobs.
like this, and the smells are kind of just there and going in the bedroom, and I hated that.
Well, that's why they have the closed closets though, so your clothes are in there, and
But guess what? Now my bed linen smells like food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But usually they have a divider. Usually they always have a divider between the kitchen and the bedroom.
The places are small. Okay, unless you're paying thousands, you're not getting a living room. What's that? I don't know what that is. That was annoying. Another thing I didn't like was your fried chicken.
Not even fried chicken, fried everything.
Fried everything, but they love to fry their chicken.
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated it.
Lily does not like karage.
No.
I like karage,
no,
but it is definitely, of all the fried chickens if you think Korean fried chicken, you think even Chinese, if you think Western, you think African, it's definitely the worst. It's so bland in comparison. Karage,
it's so boring.
Karage specifically, by the way, karage specifically is just so bland.
Mm-hmm.
Like the normal fried chickens you get in 7-Eleven, those ones, those are nice. I like those ones, right? But karage like that specific one, dead, bland as hell. But you're meant to eat it with like mayo and all these other things. But even at that, it's still bland as hell.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it. And do you know everyone's like, oh, Japanese food. I don't think it's that good.
Yikes.
I actually don't think
But
it's that
sushi's
good.
really good.
The thing is, you can find spots for different things, okay? Like, ramen in general was good, you know? But there were spots where it was really good.
Yeah.
Ramen Hayashida in Osaka, very good.
In Donbori. Dotonbori, sorry. Yeah.
Very, very good. Sushi, you could find cheap that was good, like Kura.
You know the funniest thing is we went to the first Korea we went to was in Kyoto and it was
so bad.
Ass. It made us turn off. But then in Tokyo, in the area we're in, there was a Kura that was just like maybe 10 minutes away from us.
Yeah.
That Kura is so good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this makes sense why people like Kura, right? Because the Kura we went to the ass, but
So
this
nice.
Kura was really good. No matter what time we went, we had a good time,
Yeah,
and
I
it was
agree.
good. And it is so affordable. We got so much sushi, so much everything, and every single time, the most I ever paid was €27,
Which is insane.
which is insane.
Because we had like 20 plates.
Yeah, like it's insane. Like if you were to do the same thing here, hundreds.
Yeah,
Hundreds.
absolutely. Because it's one of those conveyor belt things and you pay per plate and you can also order your own things. I really like that, by the
Yeah.
way. Because initially I thought that the only food you can eat is only what's coming on the conveyor belt. And I was like, how the hell is that going to work? But you can order your own things. And there was another conveyor belt place that we had that was very good, but I don't remember.
The one it's in. So there's this stores Parco and what's the name of the one that and
Daimuru.
Darmui.
So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but they always come together anyway. And was it in Osaka? Yeah, it was in Osaka. Yes, it was in Osaka. So the Parco in Osaka by Don Tambori, right? The one where the Shonen Jump store is. Use that as your guide. Up at the very top floor, they have a conveyor belt sushi place, and that was freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that was really
that
good.
was definitely hands down one of the best sushis like I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it was so good. But like they make it like fresh and everything as well. Like, you know, and we've had conveyor belt sushi from another place and it was okay. Like it was the one near us, you know, the one that we went to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. But definitely that one was definitely the best one. And then Kura is a very close second.
Yeah, I think it depends where you go. I think it just for affordability and stuff, Kura is good. So I guess the sushi's good. I don't like their beef. I don't like that beef bowl. Like I got really sick of it because I don't know, it's just really fatty and it feels fake. I don't know. I don't really like it.
Which one?
The one that you get in Yoshinoya.
Oh,
the rice
yeah.
specific rice bowls. I didn't like those. I don't like that beef. I don't like their chicken in any way, shape, or form. By the way, their chicken's always ass.
Wow. Wow.
Ramen is. It depends.
So
like I said,
for ramen across the board is like,
not that great.
once again, probably should specify we are not the best judge because we don't eat pork ramen.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously pork broth ramen is kind of like the main ramen in Japan and it's the one that everyone gets and is like the standard, right?
Yeah.
Caveat. Take that as you will. So other like ramen in general though tends to be like pretty okay, right? Like if you go to any random ramen shop, izakaya, all these places, it's pretty okay, right? And if you get like chicken ramen, duck broth ramen, different whatever, some are way better than others. Like some are freaking insanely
And
out of
it's
this
crazy.
world.
The difference is really crazy. Like,
Like some are just like, I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth, right?
Yeah.
And then some I'm like, what the hell did you just put in front of me, right?
like oil and soy sauce.
And and it's just ass, right? So there's like, but it's pretty like, so you actually really need to choose where you go, right? Because like Ramen Hayashida is a great example. Ramen Hayashida in Osaka and Dotonbori was honestly one of the best ramen I've ever had in my freaking life, right?
Same.
But then the Ramen Hayashida in Tokyo
Yeah.
by, I'm trying to remember what area.
Ginza, no?
No, it wasn't Ginza. It was by the other side of Shinjuku. That was ass.
Ass.
Absolutely ass.
Didn't expect that.
And we got the same thing that we got in the other ramen hayashida, essentially.
No, they didn't have the creamy chicken.
No, I know, but like I'm saying, like essentially, because we went a few times, so we got the different varieties. So the one I had is one I had before. It wasn't good. So, but you know what the best freaking thing is in Japan? Curry.
Yeah.
Curry is the best thing ever.
I wanted to touch on that as well because I didn't expect to like katsu curry as much as I did.
There wasn't a single place you can get curry. Like even the worst curry we had at that station,
It's still good.
It's still good.
I agree.
Curry is so good.
And mind you, it's with fried chicken. What I said I didn't really like, but because it's slathered in that sauce, it's good.
I think the katsu is fantastic, bro. Like, and even Ichiban Coco Curry House,
yes,
Ichibanya.
We order that quite often.
You go to any Ichibanya and you get the curry, order it. It doesn't matter. Get the beef curry. It has bits of beef in it. It's beef broth, not pork broth.
Very good.
And it is fucking fantastic.
And you can adjust the spice levels, which I thought was really good because their food is not really like spicy or flavorful. Whereas I like this. Like this was really good.
Like if there was anything I could bring from Japan, it would be Ichibanya.
Yeah.
Bring multiple Ichibanyas the way we have like chicken shops here or freaking fast food restaurants. Bring them around. I will eat that shit.
You know, another thing I liked. What is that place called where you cook your own beef?
Oh, Gyukatsu Motomura.
I
Gyukatsu is very good.
I really enjoy that.
Gyukatsu is very good. I really like Gyukatsu.
Yeah.
So good.
And then you can get like...
And it doesn't have to be Motomura, but just Gyukatsu in general.
Yeah,
like
very good. Very good. There's always a cube, but for a reason.
Yeah. I actually think the Gyukatsu that we went to in Yokohama, it's not Motomura, it's just a Gyukatsu place. That place was really good.
That was the upstairs in that mall.
Yeah, the one that was already
good.
cooked for you. That you didn't have to cook it yourself. They brought it and also had the shrimp.
Yes.
That was even better than Gyukatsu Motomura.
That was good.
Really good. That's one thing I'll touch on because we're starting to run out of time, especially because my phone is about to run out of space. But honestly, guys, don't get me wrong. The touristy places are good, like Gyukatsu Motomura and stuff like that. But honestly, just go for the normal places as well. They're really, really good. They're really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's all. There's more on my list, obviously, but I'm not going to touch on all the small, irrelevant things.
Before she gets cancelled.
Honestly, these were the main things. But I think overall, I had a really good time, and I'm really glad we went because it's one of those things that, like...
It changes. It definitely is, like, so different.
Alters your brain chemistry. A little bit, you know, you become grateful for certain things. And
you also realize, like, there are some things that we could be doing better as well.
For example,
like, you know?
For example, like, I really liked in their gym, so, because we got a gym membership, right?
Obviously.
There were some things I didn't like you needed 2 months, like, da-da-da. Some of them are, like, hide your tattoos, bring your own shoes. But the one we went to was pretty chill. What's it called? Planet Fitness? No. Equivalent. All-time fitness.
Anytime fitness.
Fitness.
Anytime fitness.
Anytime. Whatever.
The American machine.
Very good, but I like that. For example, it was like you get 20 minutes on each machine.
Yeah, you can't go more than that.
That's really good. We should definitely implement that.
People just be hogging machines.
I literally had someone respond to a story being like, "Where is this?" I'm like, I wish it was.
Just be hogging machines.
Yeah, I agree. I think it definitely made me as a person in the gym a lot more aware of how long I'm spending on a machine. So that's something I took with me. You know, I'm like, I don't want to be longer than 20 minutes on it. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed our experience.
I did as well. I think it was great.
Yeah, we did so much, and it was so hot. I was sick of that as well.
Hot as hell. 38, 35 degrees, humid, 60%, 70%.
Like, you're leaving the house and you're sweating.
Yeah. You have to shower every time you come back home.
Oh, every time. Like, you're going to the convenience store, you need a shower.
No, not the convenience store.
No, I did.
Yeah, Nicolette, because Nicolette's a sweater. Like,
I sweat
she cannot
so
deal with
bad.
heat. She cannot deal with heat.
And the thing is, like, the only good thing about the hot weather was that I was washing clothes every day and they were dry the next day.
Yeah.
Like, that was fabulous, actually.
Really enjoyed Japan, though.
But yeah, anything else you want to add?
I just enjoyed living a different pace of life and living in a completely different environment for a while. Like, I think it's something everyone should do if you can. You know, like, just changing up your pace of life and changing up the culture you're used to. That's great.
If you have the opportunity.
If you have the opportunity, just I think you always should do it.
Would you move to Japan forever?
No, not forever. We had this conversation. I'll leave off on the note is I think I could do like 5 years max in Japan, and then that's about it. Nicoletta's eyes opened like crazy. But I said the same thing already while we're in Japan. I think I could live 5 years in Japan, and then I would have to leave, go back wherever.
That sounds like I'm wasting 5 years of my life. Hell no.
With that, we gotta go. We actually have to go.
No.
No. Tell us how long you could stay before we go.
The 2 months.
Fair.
Because by the end of it, I was like, I want to go home.
I want to go home, please.
Thank you guys for tuning in today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all the good stuff.
Peace.